Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back in effect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live in effect. Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And oh boy, we have some very special guests in the house tonight. This basketball head is the reigning CUNY Player of the Year and the nation's leading scorer amongst JUCO players. This basketball head is coached by one of New York City's greatest players in Jared Lockhart. So he has an awesome person in his corner for his life. But things didn't always come easy, as you will learn tonight. This basketball head has one of the best stories of redemption I've had on this platform. This basketball head went from a lackluster start as a freshman at Mohawk Valley Community College. He tried to make it as a walk-on at one of the top basketball programs in the country and the University of Kansas. But that was during COVID. So, it was a dream deferred. So after one semester, he returned back home to New York City. Things only got worse when he became addicted to Benadryl. But after beating his addiction, he enrolled in Monroe Community College and tried out for the team. Was cut. He then became manager to a series of pickup games. He got noticed. Now, I know I kind of skipped over that manager part, but it takes a person of major integrity to get cut from a team and become a manager. All right? So y'all keep that in mind. But through a series of pickup games, he got noticed. But as some things good was about to happen, this basketball head and his girlfriend were evicted and became homeless. As you see where this story is going, I know y'all like, damn, it's a lot going on. But there's a happy ending to this basketball head's life. You just have to stick around to hear it. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, LaGuardia Community College star, CUNY Player of the Year, Arthur Dukes, and New York City great, and now head coach at LaGuardia College, my guy, Coach Jared Lockhart. You know what we got to do right now, baby. We got to start the show.
Y'all ready?
Ready?
Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Hey, what's up, Coach? What's going on?
How's everything, man? How's everything? Good to be here. Good to see you again. And let's get it on.
Yeah, let me bring that young man through. Let's bring our man through. Arthur Dukes is in the building. Put some respect on his name. Because you already know what he can do with that game, baby.
Always.
What's happening, young man?
What's
What's
going on,
happening?
fellas? What's up, y'all?
Oh, man, listen, bro. I've watched some of the news broadcasts. I've read a lot of the articles. And I'm just turn on your TV, whatever. If you watch something in the background,
I got you.
I'm just amazed of how he came through it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Coach, I hear some of the greatest stories in New York City history on here. You know, stories of redemption, the bounce back stories, things that people went through,
Right.
and he went through a lot, right? And the things that he went through and that he's tried, right? You show that this dude got some kahunas on him. Like, you know, who the hell gets cut from a junior college team? Well, doesn't really do well at a junior college team, flies across the country and say, you know what, I'm going to try out for Kansas. Dude, I went Division One, and I don't think I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, he's you know he's a different breed, and I know you and I spoke before a little bit, but he's like a throwback. You know, if anybody kind of understands what I'm trying to say by that, is just like he's just tough. You know, mentally, obviously physically, because you see what he can do on the court, but that mental toughness sometimes it would get you over, right? And he's mature, and he's been through some things, and he'll tell his own story, but he's been through some things that has humbled him, and allowed him to grow as a man, right? So when him and I met, it was just like, I saw the growth, but him and I talk now, it's like he can see his own growth, which is crazy. So, and like I said, I let him tell his own story, but he's probably one of the toughest kids that I've ever coached, man, and he understands what it takes to be, or what it takes to get better, right? And a lot of people say, I want to get better, coach. I want to improve my game, but like he proves that, right, with his work ethic and the things he can do. Like I said, physically, but mentally, because I challenged him all season. I challenged him, and he lived up to that. He met that every day of the week, and and you see what the success has brought to him because of that. So, he's just a different breed, man. Different breed, and enjoy the coach, obviously, but as he moves on in his career, man, like whoever coaches him next, you're getting something special. Getting something special.
no doubt. So, Arthur, I'm gonna jump right into it, man. Who introduced you to the game?
Say that again, boss.
Who introduced you to the game?
I mean, growing up, I was around some basketball fanatics. My brother played basketball, for a while. My cousin played basketball, Russ Smith. So I was around the game for a little while, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to play it or not. I wanted to play football as well, but it was just this one. I went to elementary school, PS92, out in Harlem, and they didn't have a basketball team, and I was eager for them to get a basketball team because it was like, bring some excitement to the school. And then I just ended up taking basketball serious, even with us not even having a basketball team. My coach was still working me out, and it was a female coach. She was still working me out in elementary school, as if it was a team or not. And that right there got me into the game of basketball. Really got me to take it serious enough for me to take it to another level.
And y'all see, he just said like, yo, my cousin Russ Smith, like he just threw that in there, like we didn't hear that, right? So it's in the blood, man. It's definitely in the blood. What part of Harlem are you from?
I'm from 133rd and St. Nick, 133rd and 8th Avenue, Big Russ Barbershop. That was the home right there. I stayed in front of that barbershop, dribbling the basketball. That was the home right there.
No doubt. And what high school did you attend, and did you play there?
Yes, sir. Thurgood Marshall Academy over on 135th and 7th Avenue under Ahmad Torrance, Coach Walsh, Coach Felipe, some great people. We actually won Borough's championship in 2019, my last year. So yeah, it was a great run for me there. Didn't play all 4 years of varsity. Only played 3 years. My freshman year went into junior varsity, and they brought me right up straight after that. Straight after that first year, I was averaging about 27, 28.
In on the varsity or at
And
JV?
junior varsity, yeah,
Junior
JV.
varsity. And how well did you
Varsity
guys
was
do? Yeah, how well did you do once you got to varsity?
my 10th grade year was kind of rocky. We had a bunch of good players. We had some great talent, but everybody didn't listen. And we also had people still trying to figure out who they were as people first and foremost. So
Gotcha.
that 10th grade year was kind of rocky. That 11th grade year, we went to the Boroughs championship. We lost against Wills Academy, and that was a heartbreaking. I remember myself crying because I didn't play much during that game either. I didn't play much at all. I probably played a total of 2-3 minutes. throughout the whole championship game, and I took that on the chest, man. Took that on the chest. My senior year came. There was no games played. I mean, I wasn't scoring as much, but I impacted the game way differently than I did my previous 3 years. And we ended up going to the championship again, playing FDA, and we ended up winning by 20, 25, 30 points, I believe. And that was that championship right there. So, I got my banner up. We got the banner up in the gym. And, when I go there, it's nothing but love, man, because that was, that was history made right there.
No doubt, no doubt. How did you get to Mohawk?
Mohawk was. I know the coach came to see me play one game at my high school. And from that point on, he wanted me, and I wasn't sure where I was going to go. I mean, I didn't have much options because I wasn't no 5-star, 4-star. I was average, and my talent wasn't as great as it was now. But Mohawk was like that was like the only option I had, and I was like, I still want to play basketball. And I went over to Mohawk, and I figured that'd be a great fit, great opportunity for me. But everything just went kind of downhill as soon as I got there.
Man, and it starts the roller coaster ride from here, right? It becomes
Yep.
one big roller coaster ride from here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to Mohawk. Um, until this day, me and the coach spoke recently when we had a season game at Kingsborough, and I believe a friend of my coach name was St. Croix. I believe a friend of his is the like the manager or the athletic director for Kingsborough. And the coach texted me. He's like, "Yo, Art, you're doing great things. I'm hearing a lot of great things. You're leading the nation in scoring. So he was a great guy. But till this day, I never got an answer for why I didn't play. In practice, I was, not to be cocky or anything, but I was killing them, and I got people that have vouched for me. I was killing them in practice, so I never really understood. And then in the game, I was making a very huge impact in the game, but I didn't play much. I played a total of 5 games, and I was including the championship game against Sand Hills from South. I think they from South Carolina or North Carolina, either one. Sand Hills, and no, we ended up losing by 4. But I feel like I could have definitely put that team and got that team over the hump at the time. But during all of that going on, coming from the high school I came from, I played a lot my senior year. So I'm not expecting to sit this long on a bench and miss this many games going into college. I'm thinking, okay, cool. It's a JUCO, it's D3. I'm going to play. I'm going to play. No, it was wrong. I was wrong the whole time, man. And it was like, that right there kind of it messed me up mentally to the point where I didn't want to play no more. So now I'm calling home, calling my mom or my dad. I'm crying. And mind you, I'm upstate in Utica. So I'm crying and it's snowing. It's a bad storm up there, but I'm outside, no coat, shirt on, and it was different for my mental at that time because I fell in love with basketball. I fell in love with basketball to the point where I figured nothing could go wrong in this game. And that's when I started to really open my eyes to the game more often, into the, not only politic wise, but to, the coaching side of it, the player side of it, just looking at it from all angles. That's what made me look at basketball from all angles and not just a player aspect of it. And I remember calling home to my parents, man, my brothers, and just crying to come home. And I'm a 5-6 hour drive away, so it's not like I could get up and just go home. That was a train ride home. That was a car ride home, and it wasn't. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard, and I didn't really have nobody up there with me to kind of keep me motivated, to kind of help me, push. So all of that I had to go through the tantrums. I had to go through me messing up my room damn near every night, just knocking everything over. And
Wow.
I used to clean up my dorm. I used to clean up. It was like a nice little dorm. I used to clean up my dorm, so I had my mop bucket, mop water. I just threw all my sneakers in a mop bucket. Man, I don't. It was. I had to go through that to build my mentality for what it is today. That was something, and that was God talking to me. Honestly, that's how I take it. That was God talking to me, and I really had to, when I look back at it now, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad it happened to me because I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I wouldn't be here with Coach Lockhart today. I wouldn't really have any of the people around me that I should have around me. But that was a time, man. That really was a time, and that was a time that really it created who I am today, for sure.
No doubt. One thing I want to say is your coach is calling you back to say, "Damn, I missed one." Oh,
Exactly.
Arthur, you doing so good right now. Arthur, you doing so good right now. But God damn, I missed one.
Hey, look, listen. He ain't the only one though. He ain't the only one. It's a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more. But now when they hitting my phone, when they call on my phone, yo, I need you for this. Talk to my coach. Talk to coach. If coach send him coach lock number, talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. They could have had me not only for free, but I'm more of a people's person. I don't want to do nobody wrong. I've never had intentions on doing anybody wrong. No matter what they could step on me, they could do whatever. I still won't. I see the good. I see the great in everybody. I see that in everybody. So it's no. I still don't have no hate in my heart for nobody. I never will. No dislike for anybody. It's a game, but it's also a business as well. That's how I look at it.
And I
But
think when you go through things, not to cut you off, but when you go
now
through
you could
things
coach.
and you understand, you start to understand people, right? So he's a great judge of character, now having went through some things in his life, and he's able to kind of pick out the good from the bad, right? The positive from the negative a little easier, I think, because he's gone through some things and dealt with people that have done him wrong, right? So when he runs into good people, he understands, like, all right, let me play, let me really, be close to these people because I know that, they have my best interests at heart. So, he's seen both sides of it, man, at a young age, which is, like he said, the business of it, but then, the basketball side of it, because it's definitely two parts. It's definitely two
Yeah.
parts.
Definitely. And this is a shameless plug for you, Coach. This
Mhm.
reminds me of your book, Cheers to Fears.
Cheers to Fizz.
You know what
Appreciate
I'm
that.
saying? No doubt. Pick it up right now. It's an awesome book. Check it out. And I think Arthur, yours would be Cheers to Fears, back to Cheers. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
There you go. There you go.
No doubt, no doubt. Salute to Uptown Films in the building, checking in from the Bay Area, California in the building. Salute, salute, salute.
Yes, sir. What's
Appreciate you,
good?
King. Richmond, definitely, definitely. Yo, it's so crazy, right? I spent like 3 years in California, Northern California, and they was telling me, whatever you do, don't go to Richmond. Whatever you don't go to Richmond. I'm from Brooklyn, right? Yo, took the train up to Richmond, got off, jump right back on the train. Like, you know what? I need to go back to where I'm at right now. Let's keep it real. Salute to Richmond in the building. Salute,
It's a
salute,
little
salute.
different out there, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's a different out there, fam. I'm a long way from New York City and Brooklyn. But yeah, salute, man. Appreciate you on the check-in. Um, now, after you experience all of that, you threw your sneakers in the the water bucket, like you
Yeah.
you trash your room, and then like you get like the balls of King Kong pause, you know, and you fly all the way out to Kansas. What in the hell were you thinking?
Let me tell you. Let me give you a little backstory on that one. So
Yeah,
my
please
mom,
do. Please do.
my mom and my dad always, and this is why I love them so much. My mom and my dad, they always, they seen how I was at Mohawk, and they seen the mentality, and they was like, "Yo, you're good. You're good. I'm watching these games, these NCAA games, and you can play there. You can play there." So one day, my mom decided to contact the athletic director for Kansas
Whew.
and actually gets a hold of her. Her name is Miss Joni. I remember her name till this day, Miss Joni. And she still speaks to her from time to time just to check up on her and thank her for what she did for us. So my mom gets in contact with her, and Miss Joni is she collects all of Bill Self calls. So Miss Joni is telling us, yeah, they're taking walk-ons, but it might be a little iffy due to COVID being in the way of things. So my mom, it was a decision me and my parents made, and one day I just woke up, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna go down there, we're gonna try it out. It's out of the state, no matter which way it goes, I'm gonna get a good experience regardless. No matter which way it goes. I went out there. A couple weeks went by. I'm in the gym every day. I haven't missed. I'm there from September to December. Didn't miss one day of the gym. It was a rec center. No one used it. So that was great for me. They gave me basketballs. They had the weight room upstairs. Didn't miss a day of it. It was a day I woke up. It was October 17th, October 18th, one of these days, because I still have the email on my phone. The coach, he's an assistant coach for Kansas till today, and he emails me back. We are not accepting no walk-ons. Have a safe trip home. I text him, and mind you, I just woke up. I got class at 7 in the morning. I got to be up 6:15 because that walk is kind of deep on campus. So I just woke up. It's 6:15, 6:25. I look at the email and it said, "We're not accepting no walk-ons. Have a safe trip home." So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me stop by Miss Joni's office later on today and see what's actually going on. I stopped by her office and he's in there. He's in there talking to Miss Joni. So now I gotta. First of all, I wasn't even supposed to be in that building. So I have to sneak around the building to look for different, with doors open, because it's security around the whole building because that's where the players are. I wasn't supposed to be in there, so I ended up going through the main entrance. Security walked off. I entered the main entrance and I walked straight to her office. Hey, how you doing? Everybody that's in there. Hey, how you doing? Just keeping it cool. And he's in there, so I steps in the office. And he's like, "We're talking right now." I knocked on the door. I'm being real polite. Hey, good morning. How you doing? How you doing, Miss Joni? How you doing, Coach? He's like, we're talking right now. We can't have you in here. I'm like, okay, cool. I stepped out for a minute, went out to the hallway for about 5-10 minutes, and he came out to me. We're not accepting no walk-ons. Have a safe trip home. Same thing he sent to me in the email. And from that day on, it was like, ah. I can't understand. Like I can't really explain to you the hurt that I felt. Even though I told myself it's going, no matter which way it goes, it's going to be good. But actually going through that and physically hearing that from him, it did it turned the switch in me, and I'm like, damn, like this, like where's my career really going from here? Like where is it going? So now I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym crying by myself. I'm in the gym crying for about 2 weeks straight, and I'm just working out. I'm going full court, and this is an NCAA size court that I'm going up and down on. Full court, just going through drills. I got cones set up everywhere. I got statues, demons set up everywhere. So everything I'm visioning is straight pros. Everybody on that roster they had, and more people, and it's just me just crying and going through that experience alone. I think about that every day. Every game I had at LaGuardia, I thought about that moment right there. That moment right there. Because I played every game like it was my last. Every game like it was my last. And that was, until this day, that's still a chip on my shoulder. Because it's either I go there or it's either I'm gonna play against them one day. And either way, they gonna get the best of me either way. And that's
They're
and
gonna
that's
get that smoke.
always that's on my mind. They gonna get the best of me, whether they with me or whether they not. But I prefer them not to be, because that hurt it. That hurt it. But I took it, and I grew from it. I definitely did. I grew from it. I came home for Christmas. I was able to let out all my emotions. I was able to, cry more, cried in my mom's arms, my dad's, and we spoke about it, and I stopped going to school for a while after that. But that Kansas opportunity it was good. It was a good experience. Now that I look back on it.
Now, not to throw anybody under the bus, but Was it him?
No, it was
Hold on.
his name was Fred.
Okay, couldn't be my guy Norm Roberts. He from New York City. Salute my guy Norm Roberts. He a real one.
Okay.
All right, so yeah.
Forehead
Oh
dude
yeah,
named
there you
Fred.
go, right here. There you go.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wonder, is he from New York as well? I wonder, is he from New York, Jared?
I want to say.
Yeah, he was.
What?
He was. Hold on. Yeah, he's from
Yeah,
New York.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen him before. Yeah. Seen him
Yeah, and
before.
I could never pronounce his last name, but I still got that email on my phone to this day. I'm not deleting that one.
Yeah, and
Quarter bum,
it's unfortunate, man. I mean,
yeah, it's unfortunate.
obviously we love everybody, we
That's
respect
right.
everybody, man. But like, sometimes situations work out the way they're supposed to.
And he didn't know him. Fred didn't know him, right?
Yeah,
He
right,
didn't know him. He
exactly.
just following protocol, right?
Yeah,
It's not to throw Fred under the bus, but this is just his story that he gets to tell now.
Right.
And listen, without that Kansas trip, he's not motivated as he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, listen. That like I said, things work out the way they're supposed to, and for him to be going through or have went through certain experiences, man, that brought the beast out of him, and that's the player of the year in the CUNY now that he is, and the player of the year in Region 15 and all that he is. All of that stuff brought the beast out of him, man. So, it like I said, things happen for a reason, and he's stronger because of all of that.
Now I'm gonna come back. To you, Arthur. We're gonna finish up your story. But when did you know you had something special in Arthur, Coach?
I mean, the first time I probably talked to him, I knew he was special. Just in terms of athletically on the court, I think after the second game of the season, I knew that we had a lot to work with, because he had been in the gym with me for months, prior, but in terms of the mentality that he kind of developed and that killer instinct, I knew after the second game, I said, "Oh, this gonna be a hell of a season," because he's ready now. Think about it, he hadn't played competitively for 2 years, so by the time he got in shape and he got we got his the mental part right. I mean, I think he was definitely by the second game, it was like, okay, now we ready, let's go. So like I said, I didn't know he was going to average 31 a game, right? That's different. But in terms of just his work ethic and his mental toughness, is like I said, that was unmatched. That's something I haven't seen in a while in somebody his age.
Wow. So tell me about you coming back home and having a problem sleeping. Like, let's get into that, because I know people like, addicted to Benadryl. Like, that's an over-the-counter drug. It's not like, some other stuff. What was that experience like, and how did you bounce back from that?
I had trouble sleeping. I had trouble, and I never had trouble sleeping. But when I came home from Kansas, I think I took that a little, I took that what happened a little bit too hard, and I never could sleep now. And I used to go through my days. I used to go to work because I did security. Then I used to hit a workout. I used to get out of security around 7 o'clock, hit a workout after that, and I'm still not tired. So I'm like, I'm going to sleep 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Got to be to work at 10 o'clock, and I'm like, my schedule is not, it's not good. So that's what made me started buying the over-the-counter Benadryl, because I'm like, all right, cool. Let me, it's going to put me to sleep. Make me drowsy. I'm not sure if you guys, took Benadryl or not, but it makes you drowsy. It puts you out. But then after a while, I got addicted to it, and now I'm taking. It's going from 1 pack to 2 packs to 3 to 5 packs, and it's two pills in each pack. It's 2 pills in each pack, so I'm just taking 8, 10 pills at a time. These little tablets at a time, and this, one day I came home from work, going through that whole day of work. I'm just like, damn, I gotta figure out how to tell my parents. I didn't know how to tell my parents, but one day I just came home and I'm like, yo, I need help. Like I need help. Like I don't care if you do whatever y'all gonna do, but I need some help before I check out because I felt the pills doing more than just making me drowsy and stuff like that. Now I feel a effect on my body, so I'm like I need some help. Wasn't no yelling, wasn't no screaming. They sat me down. When did you start taking it? How did you start taking it? Just getting a little background information. I wake up the next morning. My dad like, yo, pack your bags. You got 45 minutes. And I'm like, well 45 minutes for what? He's like, just pack your bags. You got 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. Ended up going to a rehab up in Yonkers for 3 weeks. Rehab up in Yonkers for 3 weeks. And that right there, just in that rehab alone, I wasn't even supposed to be in there. I was the youngest one in there. The youngest one in there. And after that was a 44-year-old man. The oldest one was the 81-year-old man. These are fiends. These are, dope heads and, them harsh, hard drugs. When they found out what I was in there for, they're like, Benadryl? And, it was like a surprise,
Right.
and mind you, and throughout that first week, I'm talking to everybody. We all getting close. It was like a home in there. Next thing you know, my second week there, I'm the leader of the group now. They
Wow.
got me reading because we used to have to do this prayer every morning. I read the prayer to them every morning. We used to meet up in a group in a room 207, right on the second floor. It's a prayer every morning. We got to go through. Hey, how you feeling today? How you feeling today? What you going through? What you was thinking about? It's just the mental checklist. Just checking on them, mentally. And they made me the leader of the group. And that right there, it felt amazing. I wasn't supposed to be in there, but it felt amazing. It felt amazing because that was some of the most peace I've ever had. It was peaceful. It was peaceful. Being around them and actually learning from them and gaining more knowledge and wisdom and understanding their story and all of like that was it was just it was nice. It was nice. So when I came home with a mentality like I'm not. It was good and all, but I don't want to do that. I missed Thanksgiving with my family. Ended up missing Thanksgiving. I used to get one phone call every day, 5 minutes. And I used to call my mom. I used to call my mom, my dad, or just one of my brothers. Just to get that feeling back, man. And they used to feed us every day. We had Thanksgiving dinner as well, but it wasn't nothing like home. Wasn't nothing like home, man. So I made a promise to myself. I gotta, first and foremost, I gotta set a great example for my younger siblings. You know, I got I have five younger siblings, so I had to, start by setting an example for them. They asking me where I was at for that first week, and I gotta tell them, oh, I went to school, or I went here, because I didn't want them to know about the issue and the problems that I had. But when they got a little older, I had to really explain to them where was I and how I get there, what I was doing with myself, and just having to explain that to them was hard for me because I didn't want them to look at me no certain way, no kind of way. But they took that information and they still love me. Like the kind of love that they still show me. They show me more love now. Like it's just it's been amazing. But I won't ever turn back to those days again. I will never turn back to no Benadryl, to no, Percocets or whatever the case might be. I just won't. I can't see myself doing that again. My mental is way stronger. My relationship with God is way stronger, and I have, some better and greater people around me now that's going to lead me to a better path, a better direction.
No, that's real. Hey, coach,
Hmm.
do you sometime, say to yourself that, the Most High put you in his life for a reason, more than just probably basketball?
No, I mean, absolutely. I like, and he could tell you that. I mean, I preach that to my guys, man, every day. Like more than basketball. You just held up the book. I mean, that's what that's really based on. Cheers to Fizz. It's a lot off the court that we do. I think as coaches that, people on the outside looking in probably don't realize. But I think 70-80% of what we do, right, and how we mentor and we coach off the court is kind of, implemented. Because I mean, what are you gonna do? Obviously on the court, right? But when these kids have issues and when they have, you know, things that's going on with their girlfriend or things at home with their family, like, you're probably the first person next in line that they want to talk to, or they're gonna talk to if they trust you, right?
Mhm.
So I definitely think, God put us, with each other for a reason. Because I think, obviously, I think he needed some guidance at the time, on and off the court. And for me, I think it's always, and I said this in somewhere else, but probably like the son I never had, right? Because once again, on the court is one thing, but you know, he's he's with me every day. We're having conversation. We're talking about life. We're talking about things that are going on in his life. I'm sharing things that I've been through. So it's a lot of back and forth, but I'm treating him as a man as well as a young man because he's mature, right? So things that he's going through, a lot of those things, and not not some of the things necessarily that he just shared, but there's a lot of things that he's gone through that I've gone through, and I can relate. So I think definitely that's why, we came together. And basketball is the tool that brought us together, but I think that's, we'll be connected, to each other, for forever. You know what I mean? So definitely some of the things that we went through this year, and um just him growing as a person. Like I said, I mean, it's a joy to see that, because we talk about it now. It's like he sees how he's matured, and he sees the past 7, 8, 9 months that he's gone through, and the things that he's been able to accomplish. Like, his story doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It's really, like you said at the beginning, it's one of those stories in New York that, like, things that, it doesn't happen. Things that he's been through, but then for him to stay strong and tough enough, right, to be CUNY Player of the Year, to be Player of the Year in the region, to lead the country in scoring, to and just the things that, obviously the strength, like I said, the mental fortitude, toughness, and the things that he's gone through to be successful. I mean, it's nothing short than amazing, right? I mean, it's a it's a movie, it's a story. Like but he's put the work in, and he listens. Like I said, he's a throwback. We'll sit in the car and just talk. Like, we'll sit after practice and just talk for an hour. Like, he gets it. So I thank God every day for him, because he's helped me grow as a coach. And what more can you say when you help a player grow as a young man and an individual, as a player, but that person in turn helps you grow as a coach? I mean, it's a match made in heaven, right? So, but he's been great, man. He's been phenomenal.
Sounds like a movie to me. All right, and we ain't even get to the rest of the story yet. Man, like I said, this is definitely uh out of about 500, almost 600 shows that I've done. I only put up 287. This is the 287th show that I put up, but I got
You
more
working, brother. You working, man.
in the stats that I didn't even put up. But hearing this story, man, just like dudes don't usually bounce back from stuff like this. They usually give up. They're in the streets. They're hustling, or they junkies right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And they stuck, man. So for you to persevere, and then your next move, right? The next move, fam, you try out for Monroe, get cut, and to become the manager.
Let me tell you about that story, right?
Y'all gotta pay attention. If y'all don't understand it, y'all gotta pay attention. This story's just getting good. It's just getting good.
Let me tell you about that story, right? So I had a cousin of mine. His name was Coach Buck, and he was at Monroe as an assistant coach, I believe around 2021. And we ended up going, my aunt passed away, God bless her soul. And we was we met at the funeral. And my mom was like, hey, come here. She was talking to me. She's like, hey, this is your cousin, Coach Buck. He's at Monroe. And from there we exchanged numbers, but as I was about to attend Monroe, Coach Buck was on his way out, and I was like, okay, cool, this shouldn't be no issue or nothing. I went, I tried out for the team. Then they called me back for a second tryout. I tried out again. I did all right. It wasn't at my best because I'm just, my body wasn't in shape. I wasn't in shape. My mental was, it was going. So I'm just starting to get back into the game because I thought I was over with. I thought I was, security every day, and that was gonna be that. They called me for a third tryout, and from that third tryout, they put me on junior varsity. Now I'm practicing with junior varsity. I'm killing them in junior varsity practice. And next thing you know, they want me to redshirt now. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll redshirt. Um, I think midway throughout the season, I couldn't take it no more. Like it was, especially seeing, not to belittle anybody that played on the team or nothing like that, because these guys was phenomenal as well. But I'm like, I could play with them too. I could defend too. I could play. I could shoot. I could, But every day I'm in their ear. Not only coaches, but as far as the students that was playing, I'm in their ear every day. Keep doing what you're doing. I still got messages with damn near all of them. Long paragraphs that I'm sending them, keeping them motivated. Keep doing what you're doing. Let coach figure out what he gonna do with me. I'll be good regardless. I'll be good regardless. Don't worry about me. And I think halfway throughout the season, I started practicing for varsity, and they was like, "Okay, cool. We gonna pull you up. We going redshirt for varsity now." Because I was redshirting for junior varsity, so I won't waste a year. So I'm like, okay. Um, from that point on, I volunteered because I felt like with me redshirting, I was missing some games. I was staying home because I didn't want to, I just couldn't process what was going on because, like I said, I could play with them. So why am I not on the court? That was something I didn't understand. So one day I just volunteered. Yo, I could be the manager. Let me record your games. Let me wash the uniforms. Let me pack up the bag. Let me put some more waters in a bottle. Let me, because these, it wasn't, I had to look at the bigger picture. I was being selfish to the ones that was looking up to me who was playing. I was being selfish to them because they honestly looked at me as a big brother figure. Even the ones that was older than me, some of them looked up to me as a big brother figure, and I still speak to them till this day. Like I said, keeping them motivated. After every game, telling them, "Hey, do this next time. Work on this some more. Make sure the left hand is as great as the right hand for this." And just guiding them through certain paths. And there was a kid named Sadiq McNair who's now Division 1 out in I think he go I forgot what college he go to, but it's damn sure Division 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I still got messages and phone calls with him. He had a bad temper at the time, and every time he'd get crazy with the coach or he'd get crazy, they have to, yo, Art, calm him down. Hey, Art, please take him to the locker room. And that was my job as a player. That was my job as a player, and that's why I took on that role, because that kept me closer to them more than anything. It got to a point where, okay, cool, I'm not, forget the coaches. Forget the coaches. Now it's about my brothers. Now it's about the ones I'm spending damn near every day with in practice.
Mm.
Now it's about the fam. And that's how I looked at it. That's how I took it. And season ended. We won the CUNY. We won CUNYs. Then we went nationals out to Chicago. Ended up losing the first two games. So we was just out there for the week. And I'm still recording the games, still recording the practices, still making sure the uniforms is washed. And but while I'm washing the uniforms in the hotel, I'm actually getting a workout in myself too. I'm on a treadmill, or I'm doing my push-ups, my pull-ups, my calisthenics, and I'm keeping myself fit just in case they want to suit me up or anything like that. I'm just staying ready. But I ended up going back again after that year right there, and they wanted me to redshirt again for junior varsity. And from that point on, I'm like, nah, I can't do it. Not
Yeah, they
this
kind
year.
of played you on that.
not this year. I can't do
Hmm.
it, man.
Yeah.
And it was I looked at it as like the family, like the coaches, they was all Harlem natives. So, my mom knew them. When she grew up, my dad knew him, my uncle knew him. So, I'm thinking they're gonna give me a fair shot at it. But it was none of that. It was none of that. So, I was in another college. I didn't know what was going on. I just went there, and I just was wishing and praying for the best, really. But once they said I had the red shirt for junior varsity, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. And I made the decision to just, I took off that year. I took off that year, and throughout that whole year, I'm out in the gym, PS92, where I started playing
You
basketball
started
at.
out right where everything
Yes,
started
sir.
at. Yep.
I'm
Full
I'm out
circle.
there. Yes, sir. I'm out there with my cousin. He works there now, and he used to take me to these runs, where it was the older dudes. You got overseas players, you got retired overseas players, and I'm not gonna say I'm running circles around them, but I'm like, it's some great competition in there, but I'm holding my own. I'm holding my own for sure. And one day, Coach Underwood, gave me a card. Underwood was one of the players that he was there with me as well. Shout out Coach Underwood. He gave me a card, and it had Coach Lock number on it. Had two different numbers. The first number I tried about 3 times, 4 times, no answer, no answer at all. But then I waited probably till about a Monday. I tried the second number, and I believe he picked up on. I believe he picked up on the first one. But on the first call, I think Coach was actually out at a game or something like that, and he told me he'd call me back. I didn't take it serious, so I'm like, all right, cool. He ended up calling me back. Ended up calling me back, man, and that was that right there, and that was in February last year. Ended up calling me back, and next thing you know, he got me in the gym with him, and the rest is history. And the rest is history.
Wow. Coach, tell us a little something
Hmm.
about Paris Underwood and what's your connection to him?
Yeah. Now, Coach P was, at PS92, obviously, working there. And I was doing some work in that building as well. There's 3 different schools in that building, so I was doing some work on the upstairs floor. But obviously, people in that building, if you have a connection to basketball, you stir up conversation and things like that. So they always used to actually invite me to the runs to play. And I'm like, nah, guys, I don't really play anymore. Da, da, da. And at that time, this was last year. Obviously, I just got the job at LaGuardia, so I'm kind of going back and forth. And I see those guys one day. I say I'm getting ready to leave for practice, and I dropped the card off to them. I say, yo, if you guys run into anybody at these runs, or if you know anybody, looking to get in school, blase blase, let me know. So he held the card, obviously with him. And I think it was like the next day or something like that. He said, I might have somebody for you. I might, this kid is coming to the runs. His name is Arthur. He's pretty good. So I was like, I'll give him the card, man. Tell him give me a call or whatever. So I think that first number that he was calling was like the office number or something like that. So I was kind of like back and forth, like I said, so I'm never in there. But the second number obviously was the cell phone number. So, he did call me. I don't know where I was at, but I was, I'll call you back. And then when I called him back and we spoke, man, he was just like so humble on the phone. He said, yo, coach, I'm just looking for an opportunity. If I get in the gym, I'll show you. I'll show you what I could do. I'm just looking for an opportunity. He kept saying that. I'm just looking for an opportunity. I want to play.
Mm.
And like he said, the rest is history. Like, and I think, like I said, the basketball was one thing, but when he started to really tell me his story and who he was, I was just like, man, because you don't find kids that are as humble as he is, and like he's won every award, and like we said, player of the year this, player of the year that, and he's still humble, as you could tell. Pooh, he's one of those that you'll never forget because he understands what this is all about. Basketball could be gone tomorrow, but he's still gonna be successful in life because of his humility and the way he carries himself. So me getting him in the gym and just vibing with him and developing a relationship. I mean, I invited him to our last couple games of the year. Um, and he just stuck with me, man. He just was like, yo, we're in the gym every day. I mean, like every day. Like, like I'm talking about the weekends. Like he just wanted to stay in the gym and get better. And then when I found out, I'm like, damn, you didn't play competitively in 2 years, and you were the manager. Like, I just really was like, this is crazy. So I said, what, we gonna get you right. Don't worry about it. And he believed in me. Once again, as much as I believed in him. And like I said before, I think at this point we needed each other, because I said, man, I need a star. I had a it's been rough. You saw last year, it was rough. So I
Mhm.
need somebody. And he took that personally. He said, Coach, we're gonna make history, man. I know he remembers saying that. And in terms of the wins and losses, obviously, but I'm talking about history. I mean, LaGuardia hasn't had a player of the year in the conference. LaGuardia hasn't, been on TV as much ever, probably, the men's basketball
Not
team
at
and in the
all.
papers. So, that's history,
That's right.
right? That's history. You cannot take that away. You cannot rewrite that any other way. And I don't think it could have happened to a better person, right? Because once again, this is why we have the relationship that we have. And I think he's as successful because the on the court stuff is one thing, but for him to be able to, like he just told you the story. I mean, for him to be able to be a manager because there's people on the team that look up to him, and he doesn't want to disappoint those guys, and he's like a big brother. I mean, he's did the same thing this year with my guys, right? So he's like an extension, obviously, of the coaching staff. He's another coach on the floor. He's picking guys up. He's making sure guys go to class every day. I mean, like I say, he's phenomenal. Like, I can't talk enough about him because he's what you want in a student athlete and a player and as a young man. So um that whole PS92 situation, man, I think was meant to be.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
um and obviously, like you said, it's crazy because it was full circle, right, for him. And then for me, just to kind of you know have him come and be a part of my program, a new program coming back after that, that hiatus, and not having basketball and not having sports at LaGuardia, and him doing what he did this year, I think is nothing less than amazing, man.
Man, let me tell you, you know, coach is so proud of you, man. Like, he would just hit me up. He like, yo, and I'm, me being busy and all the things I'll do, I didn't get a chance to come see you play, but I'm watching the videos, I'm watching the games, I'm anything that you got online, I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm paying attention because uh, it means a lot for you to do what you did and overcoming everything you overcame, right? So you deserve all the attention. And even before we talked about this earlier, um, you know, LaGuardia almost didn't have a program a couple of years ago,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
definitely.
So to get a president to come back, and I want to make sure I get his name right, Kenneth Adams. We want to show him some love. Kenneth
Yes.
Adams. We definitely want to show him some love.
Shout
Uh,
out to Kid Adams, man, Mr. Adams, definitely.
did he really support you guys? Especially your run. Did he? You get
He
a chance
did.
to know him
He
personally, and
did. He definitely came to a couple games as well too. So and that was my first time ever seeing him. That was my first time ever seeing him, but he actually enjoyed coming to the games too. I put, not to be cocky or anything, but I was putting on shows, man, and it felt good because I'm getting people to come and see me who's not really showing face around campus or anything like that because they're running around so much. They're busy, and this is the president of LaGuardia. So he definitely showed love throughout it. Throughout the semester and the season as well. So definitely shout out to Mr. Adams.
Yeah, he was very instrumental, obviously, in getting sports back. And I don't want to forget my athletic director, Andrew Walker. Big
yes,
shout
Mr.
out to
Walker.
Mr.
Yes,
Walker as
sir.
well.
Mr. Walker.
But they believed in me, obviously. Um, bringing me in as the coach after the 6 year hiatus. But they support every game. Obviously, um, trying to build it back and get it back to prominence and get it back to a level where it's respectable. I mean, those are people that you need in your corner, right? So they're believers, and especially after the things that we, like I said, have accomplished recently. I think things will improve, and obviously moving down the line, the decisions that were made were great, so.
Now that's awesome, man. And I bet you haven't met any of the presidents at Mohawk, Kansas University,
Nah.
and Monroe.
I haven't, man.
That's real. When the
I
president,
haven't.
is important, man. That means a lot, man.
Yeah.
Listen, as I'm hearing, and my audience is hearing that your process wasn't an easy one, and you overcame a lot of obstacles uh, to become Player of the Year. Um, Arthur, how much has Coach Lockhart helped you with your growth as a person and player? Like, and give me something that you'll never forget about Coach Lockhart.
Well, as a player, the work kind of speaks for itself. That 31 wasn't possible without Coach Lockhart. No matter how good I was, it wasn't possible without him because he brought a level of confidence out of me that I never knew I had in myself. So, and this was during the workouts. This wasn't even during no game. This was during them summer workouts and the preseason work. He could tell you about the preseason. That preseason was hell. That's what I call it. I call it hell. And I built my level of confidence from there because it was, I seen the kind of person, the kind of man Coach Lockhart was. At times I take it kind of personal, but that was just me being in my feelings a lot, due to the stuff I was going through off the court and not knowing how to separate things. But once he taught me how to separate what I go through off the court and not to bring it on the court, it was a whole different ball game from there. But that right there just helped me go on about life itself, about knowing how to separate situations and knowing how to let go emotions without, in the right way. Take it out on the court, take it out in the gym, just going about it the right way. And that, like I said, the conversations that we had, the meetings that we have as a team, the one-on-one times me and coach had damn near for hours at a time, and the gym time we done had, that right there it was more important for me what he did for my life more than what he did for me on the court. But it was all great. It was great. It was amazing. But everything he did for me off the court, I could never. How can I pay somebody back? How can I pay him back like that? He always tell me, if you want to pay me back, do do good, or do what you got to do. But I even feel like that's not enough sometimes because it's like, he sacrificed the time with his family. That he has a great daughter, he has a great a wife, a great family. He sacrificed time away from his family to be with me, but not only me, but the team, and to give us the knowledge and to give us the love and the care. Some people don't really know. Some families might not know how to deal with that. You know, some men might not know how to deal with that. Some coaches might have a hard time dealing with that. And he it's like, coach. It's like one of those relationships you can't explain because it feels so good. It feels so good, and I would never in my life turn my back on Coach Lockhart. Like, me and Coach Lockhart is beyond locked in. It's beyond locked in, and that's how I look at it. The impact he had on my life, period, has been it's amazing. It's amazing. So all of this CUNY of the year player, regional, and leading the country and the nation in scoring is not possible without Coach Lockhart and the wisdom that he gave me.
No doubt. And the same for you, Coach. Uh, just what can you say about Arthur and what he taught you as a person and coach?
Nah, I mean, like I said, man, and and it's all genuine, right? It's organic, and it's been that way from the start, man. I think with him, man, it's just, obviously, I think when we're coaching, and we're trying to get the best out of our guys. And um, you know, with him is like I said, I saw something special. But I think once again the mental toughness, the things that he was able to overcome throughout the season, because it was more than just him. It's more than just one thing, right? Like kids go through things throughout the season, whether it's academically, whether it's at home, whether it's on the court. But I think just the thing I could say that I've learned from him, man, is just patience, right? It's gonna work out, and if you're true to you know your game, if you're true to the way you live and the way you go about your life, and you're gonna be successful, regardless. Because I think he's a true testament of what hard work can bring. But at the end of the day, he wants to pay it forward as well. That's why he can call, or people can say, oh, he's like a big brother to me, or he's a mentor, and they're damn near his age, right, or maybe older, because he's so mature. So I think with him is just, he's taught me how to be patient, and he's also allowed me, like I said earlier, to be a better coach, right? I mean, he went from 1 point a game to 31. So that doesn't happen, right? But I think me bringing certain things out of him, right, and then him understanding, like, oh, I can go a step further, right? And we get that step further. Oh, I can go 2 steps further now, coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? So him understanding that his growth was dependent upon, him just pushing himself, right? Pushing himself. If you push yourself after not playing competitively after 2 years, and you see what that can get you, imagine what you can get out of life. You know what I'm saying? This is basketball.
Yes,
Imagine if you
sir.
push yourself. So, like I said, I think we've taught each other how to be better in different aspects of the game, and also life. But um, I'm like him. I definitely wouldn't trade the relationship for anything. Once again, I mean, we locked in forever, like he said, and it doesn't stop here, right? We still got work to do. We still got things to accomplish. We got, bigger fish to fry, so to speak. And I think the way we go about doing that is, once again, for him to stay focused, stay locked in, and be successful. And then everything else will kind of fall into place, man. But he's on the right track, man. I'm extremely proud of him, man. He knows that. I don't have to keep saying it, but he understands what this is about, man. And one day he's gonna reach the level he wants to get to, and when he gets 10, 15, 20 years down the line, he'll be able to pay it forward to somebody else.
1 point to 31 points is crazy. that
That's
is,
nuts.
that is phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Coach, run down all the accolades he has won this year and he has accomplished.
No, you go leading the country in scoring at 31 a game. I mean, I think that's significant, right? That's just amazing, because that's the country, right?
Mhm.
CUNY, unanimous CUNY Player of the Year, unanimous Regional 15 Player of the Year, and he's going to be an All-American when they announce it in a couple weeks. So, and I'm not, obviously I can say that and be confident because of the accolades previously discussed. So he's, whether it's first team, second team, he's going to be an All-American as well. So, um, once again, I think, this none of this has been done at LaGuardia Community College. None of this has been done. Um, he's broke numerous CUNY records. He had 50 twice this year.
Woo.
Um, he averaged 40 against Hostos, which was, which won the CUNY. Like, so he was getting numbers against everybody. He wasn't, he didn't discriminate, so to speak, right? So, but like he's once again, man, we haven't seen anything like this in a while, man. And it's great to be around, and it's great to be part of it. And like I said, man, we still, we're still going. We're still going. He's got a lot more basketball left, collegially, and I think he can take it further than that, honestly. If he keeps his mind right, and keeps and stays locked in, man. We're gonna get to the finish line. We're gonna get to the finish line.
Are you getting any attention from any 4-year schools? Like, what is the plan after this? Are you right? Because I think he gets to leave, and hey, he has 2 more years
Yeah,
of
yeah,
eligibility.
he's got some, and I let him. Obviously he's got some schools. I don't know if we want to put the names of them out there, but
Okay,
he's
all right.
he's going through the recruiting process, man. He's
Okay,
enjoying it, but obviously some Division II, some NAIA stuff, man. Some even some lower Division I stuff, man. So we just want to, I let him, and I let him talk. I'm not trying to, talk for him, but the process is the process. So we just
listen.
keep
Keep
going
it
through it.
under wraps if you have to
Yeah,
keep it under wraps, fam. I
yeah,
understand how this business goes. Trust me.
right. Yeah.
Trust me. So I just want to play a little something real quick. Hopefully this is the right size for the screen, real quick. Just show this is like, and it's just one of many, right? When you look at all attention you have garnered so far.
Shoots. He knows he's taking his best shot, and he shoots. And Arthur Dukes shoots. He knows he's taking his best shot, and he shoots a lot.
Obviously leading the country in scoring is amazing.
Dunk the ball, bro. Amazing for this sophomore at LaGuardia Community College. He's in a far different place than last year.
Good job.
I was averaging 1 point a game. Now this year I'm averaging 32.
You went from 1 point a game to 32
to 32 a game.
Arthur has scored 50 points in a game
There you go.
twice.
That's a foul too. And one.
He sounds until he starts sharing his story.
The game it's not really easy to me, but I play hard. I'm in the gym.
In the gym, Arthur feels at home.
Good job.
For a while, it's the only home he had.
That was my only thing. Where am I going to go tonight? Where's the next meal coming from? Where's anything coming from? And with that, I was driving myself crazy. And then at the same time, I'm still taking up classes.
Homeless and feeling helpless. Finally, Arthur did the hardest thing he knows. He asked for help.
It was just finding help right away. The phone call was made on the spot. Let's go.
Coach Jarrett Lockhart's call was to Rhonda Mouton, the director of LaGuardia Cares.
He was very adamant that I need a place to stay and I am working and I'm going to find a place to stay. And he was so adamant about that until it's like, okay, but where are you sleeping tonight? What are we going to do tonight?
Because then what are you going to do the next night?
Exactly. The next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Rhonda and Arthur Dukes shoots. He knows.
Hey, listen. This is amazing. And before we get out of here, explain that situation, that process that you went through, and how you was able to bounce back from that. Before we get out of here.
Well, back in October, a couple weeks, well, a week before the season started, me and a friend of mine, we had to leave due to the rent going up. The rent got kind of high, and this was a room that was being rented out. It got kind of high, and we had to leave, and it was a really, really late notice. So it was but so much that we could do, and I wasn't gonna leave her side at the time, so I decided to rock out with her, and she decided to rock out with me, and we made it work. But it was hard only because it was hard. It's hard in general. It's difficult in general going through something like that because you don't know where you're gonna go. You don't know where you're gonna go. You don't know who you could call. You don't know who's to be trusted. It's a whole lot of things that start running through your mind. But I think it was more harder for me being that my season was a week away. My first game of college basketball was a week away. And I haven't played college basketball, in about 3 years before this. So now I'm thinking, damn, am I going to be able to play now? Am I going to be able to really give it as much as I need to give it? What am I going to do from this point on? So we went through different hotels. Obviously ran out of money for some food, and I just had to really put that pride aside and go to coach. And mind you, it's hard, and I could speak for any young man growing up, or any man in general, especially the ones that grew up in the inner city, or and in Harlem, Brooklyn, no matter where, it's hard for us to speak. It's hard for us to really express feelings, because growing up, we weren't able to really express as much feelings or really, talk about how we feel. We'll be labeled a certain way or be looked at in a certain way. And I just really, I thought about it, but I couldn't, like I said, I would have been selfish for me to take that and just run with it. So I'm like, nah, I need some help. I need some help because I wasn't about to let my dreams slip out my hands again. In no way, no form, no matter power, no matter what. So I went over to Coach Lockhart, and before I could even finish talking, he picked up his phone, and he made a phone call to Miss Rhonda, who's now LaGuardia's Cares. She's the I believe the director for LaGuardia's Cares,
Yep.
and she's helped me every day from that point on. She got me in 2 different Airbnbs. No rent, no nothing. The school actually has it handled. The only thing I had to worry about was my food, but I was able to work, without having to pay no rent. So now I could buy food, and now I could, save up as much as I need to get into another place. And that, it was hard. Like I said, it was hard for me to speak, but I really had to put all that aside if I wanted to be successful with anything in life. Putting that pride aside was really that number one thing for me that I had to do.
Man, yo, Boyhead, my brother's online, man. Salute to you, Boyhead Buchanan. Great story, man.
Sir, yes,
Great
sir.
story, man. Listen, man. Again, I'm glad that we got a chance to do this, man. And I get to hear the story from you, right? The news clippings could be a clip of this and a clip of that and clip, but this gives you a chance to just tell your whole story from beginning to end. And we're not even done yet, right?
Yeah.
Because when you land that, that next level, that college on the next level, that next experience, you can come back and share how it's going
For
from that
sure.
point
I'll
on,
be
man.
back. Definitely be back, man.
For sure, for sure, for
I'll be
sure,
back.
for sure. So listen, if you could change one thing about your journey from the time it started up to this point, what would you change?
Nothing. Nothing. It's nothing for me to change. I'm here. I'm here, and like you said, I'm not done. I'm not finished, but this is a great way to get the engine started. It's a great way to get the engine started. I wouldn't change anything. God put me through that. He put me through that puzzle for a reason. He lets me walk in these dark caves for a reason by myself to kind of build me up for what I soon walk into. So now if I go and walk into another situation, now I know how to handle it better. Now I know I can, I can think completely through the situation before I spaz out or do anything. So God knew what he was doing. And I trust him. I give all my faith, all my everything to God. And throughout the process, that helped me get closer to God. So I wouldn't change anything.
Well,
He's built for it, man. He's built
that's
for
right. That's right. And like DJ Khaled said, God did.
Yes,
it.
sir.
You know
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? Hey,
Yes,
listen,
sir.
That's
fellas.
right.
Look, I appreciate you guys coming on. Hey, Jared, you know how we do, man.
Absolutely.
It's always love, brother. Arthur, you're part of the Basketball Heads family now.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying? You got
Thank
extended
you.
big brother on this side, man. So whenever Jared got my number. Whenever you need anything, man, just give me a call, reach out, hit me up on the gram. It's all good, brother. We're gonna support
Of
you.
course.
Thank you.
Blessings,
And we
brother.
and
Thank
we
you so
appreciate the
much.
opportunity, to be on Basketball Heads. Obviously, I think, like I said, I was halfway joking before with you, but you put your work in, my brother. So there's no doubt, man. If you go through these episodes, and you know what I mean, you have, since I was on that first time. I mean, you're everywhere. So we know what you're talking about, man, and basketball wise, and I think just the platform in general, for someone like Arthur to get on and tell his story, man, is unique, but it's needed, right? Because you get so much. And I watched the Ray for Austin the last time you had, Skip on, and he was talking about some great things. But just having kids in the right mind space, man, off the court as well, and being able to translate that stuff to the court, man, is great for New York City basketball. It's great for basketball in general, but us as New Yorkers, I mean, we appreciate the job and the work that you do, Pooh.
Appreciate you a lot, man. Appreciate
sir.
you, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Hey, listen, my guy Bohead said this story needs to be told for these kids to see you never give up, right? On yourself and have you not cause you acts not happy. Your boy, what the hell you writing? But he said he put his pride to the side and got help from his coach. Right? I said that's what we're gonna sum it up, right? Because look, a lot of times people need to put their pride to the side. And you said it a lot of times. You had to put your pride to the side. Right? You had to put your pride to the side. You had to make sure that you was man enough to accept what was going on to ask for help. And a lot of us, listen, it takes a lot for a man to ask for help. Young guys have it, black men, I think it's all men. I don't even think it's just black men. I think it's all men in general, because we feel up that we're alpha males and we don't need any help, and sometimes we hide our emotions, right? So to get help, man, and knowing that you got a guy like Coach Lockhart on your side, man, look, I'm telling you, brother, you're gonna be good forever, and you're on the right path. So we already know you took the training wheels off a long time ago, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. No doubt. So look, again, man, I want to thank you guys for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you,
and look,
brother.
when you sign that letter of intent, just come back on for a few, just to come holler at us and let us know. All right?
I got you. You're the first one I'm gonna hit, man.
No doubt.
Ain't worry about it. Thank you, man.
Nah, anytime, brother. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Peace, brother.
All right.
No doubt. Wow. Listen, y'all don't get it, right? I don't do these shows for me. This is not for me. This is a platform for New York City's best, greatest, brightest. Sometimes people just need a voice, right? What y'all heard tonight, definitely Ballhead, definitely. That's my guy, one of New York's greatest. But no matter what you go through, Arthur Dukes told you that he never gave up. So you shouldn't. No matter what it is, no matter if you're getting cut from a team, no matter if you got cut from a team and had to become manager and they still wanted you to sit out and play on the JV team, right? You don't give up. You can have substance abuse problems, and if you ask for help, you can get over that. He asked for help. He got through it. After being out of basketball for 2 years, he never gave up. He went back to where he started at PS 92. Came full circle to get a card that will lead him to LaGuardia College and meet Coach Lockhart. Well, he got the number to Coach Lockhart, then he got to LaGuardia College. And history was made. He went from averaging 1 point to 31 points a game. That's absolutely insane on any level. And becoming CUNY Player of the Year. So keep following your dreams, because you never know when they'll come through. Never give up, because the most important person is you. Your boy, hey, you see, I got it. I still got balls. Yo, we're about to get out of here. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the official home for New York City basketball. And as we always do around this time, peace. We out.